Wow, what is going on right now for the USC Trojans is absolutely crazy. Many people thought Lincoln Riley left the University of Oklahoma due to the fact that Oklahoma was joining the SEC. And boy, he met his destiny on the very same road he took to leave it. So today on the Ballhead Podcast, I'm your host T. Allen. I'm going to talk about another candidate who is just prime time for Hollywood. Stay tuned. The whole Lincoln Riley at USC experience has been nothing short of a disaster. So far the USC Trojans are sitting at 3-4 after starting off their season beating LSU, who is currently ranked in the top 10. And a lot of people kind of criticize Lincoln Riley for leaving Oklahoma due to the fact that Oklahoma was joining the SEC. People thought Lincoln Riley was looking for a scapegoat, an easier job, and boy was they wrong, because this USC football team looks nothing like those Oklahoma Sooner teams under Lincoln Riley. This looks like a team to where a lot of those players are living that Hollywood lifestyle. A lot of those players are making a lot of money in NIL. And I would not be surprised if Zachariah Branch entered the transfer portal after this season. Miller Moss was supposed to be a step above the next quarterback they brought in from UNLV. He's a good quarterback. I'm not going to sit here and knock Miller Moss. But guys, overall, this team just does not look like a Big Ten team. And I want to say this as well. Head coach Deion Sanders primetime will be the greatest candidate to replace Lincoln Riley in Hollywood. Is there any coach out there more Hollywood than Deion Sanders? Can you imagine the ratings? Can you imagine the attention, the buzz, the publicity the USC Trojans program will get once Deion Sanders is their head coach? I believe that is the only job that Deion Sanders would consider leaving Colorado for, besides Florida State, of course. But we all know that head coach Mike Norvell just got himself at least 2 or 3 more years of insurance at Florida State. Based on what happened last year, Florida State didn't get into the college football playoffs. You had so many people talking about it. Even the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, even talked about it. So we all know that Florida State job is realistically not going to be open for at least another 2 or 3 years. But once Deion Sanders' kids leave, Shiloh Shedeur and his pretty much adopted son, Travis Hunter, once they leave after this season, the desire and fire to stay at Colorado will be gone, in my opinion. And there is no better setting than being in Los Angeles, making $10+ million a year, having all those NIL resources, all the recruiting resources right there in California. Plus, Deion Sanders has a connection in Texas. He lived in Texas for most of his life. He was born and raised in the state of Florida. So he has so many connections throughout all the states. Being in Hollywood at a school like USC would be absolutely scary, in my opinion. He is the best candidate that USC can get, and he is proven to be a better head coach, in my opinion, than Lincoln Riley right now. You see what the Colorado Buffaloes are doing this season, in year number 2, mind you. Yes, I know they have great players on the roster at Colorado. Yes, Deion Sanders hired former NFL coaches like Pat Shurmur. Also, he runs Colorado like an NFL franchise. Pretty much, if you're not a player that's going to come in and produce, you're not going to get NIL money, and he's going to ask you to hit the transfer portal, which is pretty much how the NFL works. If you're not helping the team win, they're not going to pay you for nothing. And that is exactly how he's running Colorado right now. I truly believe if Colorado wins out, win the Big 12, they're definitely going to get one of those last playoff spots, and they're going to be a scary, scary team to have to play in the playoffs for anybody, just based on their offense. So in my honest opinion, Lincoln Riley went to USC to run away from the SEC, and he's figuring out that the Big Ten is a tough conference as well. So I don't see things getting better at USC, in my honest opinion. They're going to be a perennial 8-4, 7-5 type of team. So if you are a USC Trojan football fan, prime time to Hollywood is the way to go. Deion Sanders is absolutely killing it right now at Colorado. And in my honest opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if Deion Sanders is eligible for Coach of the Year at this point, if they're able to win out and keep doing what they're doing, because the job that he is doing in year 2 is absolutely crazy. So it is hashtag prime time to Hollywood. You guys let me know what you think. Is Deion Sanders the best fit to be USC's next head coach? And is Lincoln Riley washed up and overrated? This is the Ballhead Podcast. I'm your host, T. Allen, and I'm out. Peace.